Wii Sports has been a game that I've always loved playing. I even play it recently on my streams. I play it offline still. Sometimes I just finished playing it right now. The reason why is because I love the game. The game came out all the way back in 2006, in November 19th. It was the first game you get when you get the Wii at the time. At the time, when you get a Wii, you get Wii Sports. That's just how it works. It helped us to introduce us to a new franchise known as the Mii franchise, which, for those who don't know, a Mii is basically an avatar that you can make about you, that make you look like yourself. You can make it look like your friends, make it look like your family, or you can make it look like a cheeseburger or a celebrity if you wanted to, or even a bagel. Don't really matter. You can do it. So as a kid, I remember loving Wii Sports. I played it like crazy. I went on and off about it. You know, obviously it was either that game, Wii Sports Resort, or Mario Kart Wii. It was always those three games, no matter what happened. And recently, like I said, I decided to stream it and play it again. And as I played it, obviously I enjoyed it and I loved it. But then I realized, I think about Wii Sports, then I think about the games came after that. Wii Sports Resort, right? Great game. Wii Sports Club. Bad. Absolute trash. Switch Sports Resort. Booty. And it made me realize something. When it comes to a game like Wii Sports, because remember, Wii Sports Resort and Switch Sports Resort are identical. Wii Sports Club and Wii Sports are identical too. I realized that when it comes to Wii Sports, it may never be replicated. It can't. Because there were so many things that made Wii Sports what it was. And today, I'm going to talk about it. My name is Benito. And this is a video on why I believe Wii Sports is a once-in-a-lifetime game and will never be replicated. Thank you for watching. Now, for those who don't or never heard of the Wii Sports, let me give you some understanding. Wii Sports is a sports simulation game that was solely based on teaching you how to use the Wii Remote and the Nunchuck. It introduced the Mii characters, as I mentioned earlier, and once you get into the game, you get hit with the music that nowadays is very nostalgic and a classic. You click A and B at the time because that's how it used to be, and then you get introduced to the main menu, and the main menu looks pretty, kind of like those traditional like 90s future expectation of what the future will look like, basically. But you get the five key sports that everybody loved: tennis, baseball, bowling, golf, and boxing. Now, obviously, if you're a hardcore fan of video games, you would probably look at this and go, this looks boring. Just 5 sports? That's it? And some of them are not even interesting, like golf, tennis, baseball, bowling. Hell no. Listen here, my friend. This is why I believe that this can't be replicated. Start off with tennis. Tennis, if you were to explain how tennis works, it's very simple. You grab the Wii Remote, you do a best match, best of 3 match, best of 5 match. Doesn't matter what. You click it, and boom, you're in the tennis court, and you're basically just, you swing the remote left and right, just like a regular tennis game. Now, this looks boring on paper, right? That sounds boring, actually, but it's not, because here's the twist. If you notice right there, I have 2 versions of my Mii character. Now, that sounds boring. That sounds lame as hell. And it does. It really does sound boring. But what makes this mode not so boring for me, and just for a lot of people, is if you notice in this clip right here, there's two Miis. There is an option where you can actually put more than one of your Mii character in a game, and you can basically just fool around, swing the Wii remote, and all the 4 Mii's, or in this essence, 2 Mii's, reacts to you swinging the Wii remote. Hence why it creates this fun ideas and this fun aspect of, no excuse of I have a bad teammate or stuff like that, because your teammate is yourself. You are controlling the person as you are controlling the server. That's basically how it goes. That's why I think tennis itself is fun, because you are able to create your own little matchups, choose if you want to go up against high level CPUs or just play by yourself. You could do that. And what adds on to tennis is when you're playing against the random CPUs that Nintendo, makes, they're not easy. They start easy, but then they get harder and harder. It's kind of like a level up in I don't know a good example I can give, but it's kind of like one of those games where you start off in the easy mode, and then each time you play, you play against somebody who's a higher level, and you go from there. That's kind of what basically it does in tennis. The more Mii characters you beat, the harder the other Mii's become. So you just kind of have that feeling in your edge, that competitiveness, where you try to beat every single Mii that you can. And as a result, you keep playing, tennis. You keep playing it just to beat the Mii's. And once you do, you feel accomplished. And when you don't, you either give up or you want to try again. So there is a competitive aspect in a solo game like WII Sports. Now, that also can be implied to baseball in this game. The way how baseball works is that you grab the Wii remote, swing the baseball, or swing the bat. Simple stuff, right? Yeah, it is. That's the thing. This whole game is, the explanation is not hard, but what makes it fun is the way how it feels rewarding to achieve stuff like a home run or a single base, a double base, a triple base, or just out the park, or how the sadness that you feel when you get an out, the sadness that you feel when you get eliminated, or not eliminated, but or you get a foul ball. Trust me, I get a lot of foul balls, but that's how it worked. That's what made the game fun. You then get to bowling. You grab the remote, you have to hold the B button, and then you gotta just put it up, and then boom, the ball goes, and hopefully you get a strike. And then there's always been that fun aspect where if you fling the bowling ball from behind by accident, the crowd is gonna react, and they do like a jumping thing, screaming. It's little details like that makes this game really amazing. And then you get to games like golf, where golf is not really known as a fun sport in general, but when you get into golf in WII Sports, you learn that it's not the greatest sport in real life, but it's pretty interesting in there, because they make it to where it's not like the obvious tactic of taking too long, taking your time. Nope, just a little simple slide, boom, here you go, flick, and hopefully you get the home run. And it is possible to do it in this game. You then get to the last game, which is boxing. Boxing, has always been the sport that I feel like people really love about WII Sports, and it makes you use a nunchuck, so it kind of makes you feel like you're actually boxing, even though you're not. You feel like you are. You saw the clips earlier, and that's what made WII Sports so amazing. It was the fact they took 5 sports, most of them not really that exciting for those, and found a way to make it challenging, make it fun, while also making sure it functions well on teaching you how to use the Wii remote and the nunchuck. And I think that's stuff like that is why it's hard to replicate a game like WII Sports. I think that's why I think it's hard for WII Sports. That's why I don't think there's never going to be a game like WII Sports. Never. Because of that. Because the only way you can pull off something like that is if you get a new console, you introduce a new franchise, you bring in like 5 or 7 or even more sports in there, and you try to make it challenging but also fun while teaching you how to use the unique controls. It's hard to do that nowadays, and I don't think that's why I think, it's not, there will never be a game like Wii Sports, and it really sucks, for those who never got a chance to play it, but for those that do, that's what makes it special. It's not just because of that. It's the nostalgia feeling that you get when you come back to play it. It's also another reason for me is how popular it was. Wii Sports sold 82.9 million copies. That's pretty much 83 million copies. That is the highest in Nintendo history. Nintendo history. All your favorite games that you probably love, Wii Sports beats it when it comes to copy sales. But the thing is, obviously the asterisk is going to be that is the first game you get when you play on the Wii. That is true. When you get a console, that's what you get. However, what makes it not necessarily, it's true, but what makes it unique is that people did like playing it. People do play Wii Sports. This was a game that people find fun, and it won a bunch of awards too. It won Best Sport ever, a Wii game. Imagine that shit happening today. That would be huge. That's how crazy it was back then. And I got a bunch of other awards, but we're not here for those type of stats. But it kind of just shows why I think, there will never be a game like Wii Sports. Unless you guys do want to know. Let me know. But another thing I think it is for me is that, Wii Sports, like I said, is the highest Nintendo selling game ever. And Mario Kart Wii, a game that people consider the one of the greatest Mario Karts ever, 37.38 million copies. That is not even close. And then what's crazy, and I found this out today, Wii Sports is the 3rd highest selling video game ever. 3rd, a Wii game. Right behind it, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, a game that's been around a lot longer than Wii Sports, clearly, but somehow only managed to bring in 77,000 copies, which is 77 million copies, which is not bad. That's amazing. But again, Wii Sports just no. And you know what's in front of Wii Sports? Grand Theft Auto 5 and Minecraft. Ladies and gentlemen, there will never be another game like Wii Sports. It's impossible. And for that reason alone, makes that game one of the best games of all time. Now, I know that it's kind of weird that I just transitioned from showing clips to showing my face, but I want to sincerely apologize that I lost some files, but it's alright. So, what I want to do now is that I want to make videos like this where I talk about the game and how I feel about it. And then 2 days after the video is uploaded, so granted today is Monday, so this video will be uploaded on Monday. No, not Monday, excuse me. Will be uploaded on Tuesday. How I want to do this thing where I make videos like this and show highlight clips afterwards. So once this video is uploaded, there's a good chance that I'm currently, not tomorrow because I'm streaming, but it's a good chance that on Wednesday I'm editing a highlight video of Wii Sports. So that's kind of the groove that we're going for. Just wanted you guys to know. thank you all for watching. If you guys like to see more or any advice you can give me on how to do better at this stuff, because trust me, I'm terrible. I know I'm pretty bad. So please help me. Let me know down in the comments. If you like what you saw, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, so I know that I can keep doing stuff like this. And again, I have a Twitch. You guys want to check out my Twitch, follow me on Benito Jr. 040. And if you guys like sports, Hall of Sports podcast. Link in the description below. My name is Benito Jr. 0408. And I'll see you later.